Aari McDonald voices frustration over Indiana Fever return game, demands strict locker room rules. The Indiana Fever moved heaven and earth, with DeWanna Bonner waived and Aari McDonald signed mid-season to stem a 4-game losing skid. The Fever, reeling and searching for chemistry, banked on their new point guard to steady the ship with a Caitlin Clark-sized hole. In her second debut of the season back in an Indiana uniform, McDonald delivered double-digit scoring, timely assists, and the spark of her trademark energy. Yet when the final buzzer sounded on an 85-75 defeat to the Sparks, she refused to mince words. Asked how it felt to finally suit up, McDonald didn't sugarcoat her reaction. "I felt good to be out there, but just not satisfied. We let this one slip away from us. We got to be more focused and disciplined, especially in the fourth quarter. We can't give up soft fouls and put them in the bonus. It just comes down to executing and guarding our yards and adjusting and making teams do something different." She was speaking the truth on the tape. With 3:06 left, Indiana trailed by a single possession at 71-71. In the next stretch, though, the Fever managed just 4 points while Los Angeles exploded for 14, capping a 35-point fourth quarter. Aaliyah Boston even cut it to 77-75 on a McDonald assist, but 4 free throws from Dearica Hamby and Kelsey Plum iced the contest. McDonald's ire, however, runs deeper than missed late-game buckets. It was the fouls, according to her, that cost Fever the game, and yes, she is right, Indiana lost on free throws and their inability to make a shot with 1:06 left on the clock. And she is well qualified to make this admission because in the 4 games she played for Indiana this season, she's posted 12-plus points 3 times, and on her one-off night, still logged 7 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Her 11.0 PPG, 1.3 RPG, and 3.0 APG aren't mere numbers. They're a standard. A standard that SH has been reinforcing behind closed doors, where she's already rallying for tougher locker room protocols. No half measures. No turning a blind eye to breakdowns. Head coach Stephanie White has lauded her high IQ and relentless film study, dubbing McDonald a dog for her floor command, and that's needed for an Indiana team who are still reeling from the loss of Caitlin Clark and waiver of DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna Bonner's exit fuels wild Fever conspiracy theories. Because without DeWanna Bonner, the Fever desperately need someone to do just that, as Bonner's midseason exit left Indiana scrambling for veteran stability. Instead, rumors and conspiracy theories filled the void. As Mick from Mick Talks Hoops tweeted on X, conspiracy theory: the Mercury were never able to afford DB on a max in the summer. Now she gets her max from Indy for 40% of the season, and she can play for Phoenix and barely loses a cent. Fueling that fire is Bonner's connection to Phoenix. Her fiancé, Alyssa Thomas, stars for the Mercury. Fans whispered that the move was less about basketball and more about dollars. Passion aside, performance matters. In 9 games with the Fever, Bonner scored more than 13 points only once, a 21-point outing in an 83-77 loss to Washington. Excluding that, her average plummets to 5.35 PPG, a far cry from the firepower Indiana expected from a third all-time scorer. Even Barstool's Dave Portnoy weighed in bluntly: great career. She was beyond useless for Fever. Wish her best of luck. That criticism cuts deep, but it explains why the Fever moved on. Bonner's pedigree, 21 points in her Washington game for the Fever, surpassing Tina Thompson's scoring mark, couldn't mask inconsistency. Head coach Stephanie White praised her veteran steadiness, yet results fell short. Now, with Aari McDonald and Aaliyah Boston anchoring the backcourt, Indiana must replace not only Bonner's scoring, but also Caitlin Clark, who is out due to a groin injury. The Fever's championship window hinges on cohesion and clarity, and until apologies match the uproar, questions will linger about the cost of changing course.